everyone, welcome to your session. As you all know that your UGC exam is about approaching and all of you have completed your preparation and now revising and practicing previous year questions. In order to make your preparation more strong, we have started this series, the last lap, where we are discussing some previous year questions and as I have taken your mathematical reasoning, logical reasoning and this part. So with respect to those topics, today I'm going to discuss a few questions on Indian logic, right? So when I talk about Indian logic, we have taken out the theoretical part of Indian logic, and in this particular session, sir, we are going to discuss questions on Indian logic. So without further ado, let's start with the questions. Let's see what sort of questions we should expect in our exam and how we should. These are some previous questions so that you get a fair idea that what was asked in previous years, and you can also make an analysis what can be the next question, and sometimes right, somewhat similar to a previous year questions do appear in your exam, right? So don't take these questions too lightly. So here it is a match of the following question, right? From list 1 to list 2 you have to match the following options, and I will be showing you the answers, right? The normal practice that we followed, where I show you the question and I wait for a few seconds so that you can frame out your answers, and then I'll show you the answer and I'll explain the answer to you. If your answer is similar to mine, that's absolute okay, but if it was somewhat different, you can see it for yourself that where exactly you went wrong. So this is the best practice which I feel, and I'm going to follow the same practice. So here, solve this question. All right, I guess by now you must have solved this question. See, match list 1 with list 2. List 1 says Ashray Siddha. Ashray Siddha means sound is eternal because it is visible. Then comes Swarupa Siddha. Swarupa Siddha, see, we have to match. So I'm reading. First, let's read list 1. Ashray Siddha, Swarupa Siddha, Vyaptiva Siddha, and Anupama Siddha. Sorry, Anupasamhari. Right, Anupasamhari. From list 2, sound is eternal because it is visible. All real are momentary. Sound is real. Sound is momentary. All objects are eternal because they are knowable. Sky lotus is fragrant because it belongs to the class of lotus. All right, so now we have to match this particular one. See, Ashray Siddha. In Ashray Siddha, the middle term is locus of the minor, the minor term is locus of the middle term, right? So minor term is the locus of the middle term, and if your minor term is unreal, middle term cannot be present in it, right? If your minor term is unreal, middle term cannot be present in it. So sky lotus is fragrant because it belongs to the class of lotus, right? So sky lotus is fragrant because it belongs to class of lotus, because it is a lotus, like the lotus of a lake. So middle term is, because sky lotus is unreal, right? Middle term is absent, right? So for option A, Ashray Siddha, right? fourth, from list 2, fourth point would be matching, because in Ashraya Siddha, minor term is the locus of the middle term, and if minor term is imaginary, middle term cannot be present in it. That's what happened. Then comes Sarupa Siddha. In Sarupa Siddha, now with option A, fourth should be matched up, and only one option supports that. Option D should have been our answer. See, option D was the correct answer. Now with the B, right, in Sarupa Siddha, the minor term is unreal, right? So minor term is unreal, but the middle term cannot be present in it. The middle term cannot be present in it. So for Sarupa Siddha, it would be sound is eternal because it is visible. See, sound is eternal, not because it is visible, it is audible, right? Sound is audible, it is not visible, right? So here B would be the correct one. The minor term is unreal. Then Vyaptava Siddha, it would be all real are momentary. Sound is real, sound is momentary, right? And Anupasamhari, it will be the third one. All objects are eternal because they are knowable. All objects are eternal because they are knowable. We see to that. All right. Let's move on to the next question. The middle term of the inference is related to the major term, neither as a cause nor as an effect, but because they are uniformly related to each other in our experience, is known as Paksh Dharmata, Purvavat, Samne Tod Drishta, Samanya Tod Drishta, Sheshavat. What should be the middle term of the inference is related to the major term, neither as a cause nor as an effect, because they are uniformly related to each other in our experiences, known as, right? See, inference based on mere experience is in Samanyato Drishta. Samanyato Drishta, right? Inference based on mere experience, because sun rises in the east in the morning, right? In the afternoon, it is in the middle. In the evening, it is in the west. Because Samanyato Drishtata, as we know, is classified into two parts, right? Samartha, Prarartha. Samartha means based on own inference based on own's knowledge, and Prarartha means inference based on some other's knowledge, right? So here this would be the answer, because it is the inference based on mere knowledge, right? Merely on knowledge and experience, merely on experience, correct? So this would be the correct answer. So C should have been the correct answer. C, it was option C, right? Now again, match from list 1 to list 2. Concept, school, nirvana, nishresha, aparga, moksha, Sankhya, Jainism, Upanishad, Buddhism. Choose the correct answer from the options. See, nirvana is the concept of Buddhism. We all know that, right? Right. It means quenching. Nirvana means quenching. Correct. Then comes Nishresha, Apaga, Moksha. So for A, it should have been 4, and only one option supports that. Because Moksha is from Sankhya, that we also know, right? Moksha is from Sankhya, Nishashraya is from Upanishads, right? Nishashraya means the quest for oneself, right? Nishashraya means the quest for, Nishashraya means quest for oneself. It is in Upanishads, right? Moksh is from the school Sankhya, and Apavag is from Jainism. Aparuga is from Jainism, right? Aparva means, this word means Aparvaga means liberation, right? It means liberation, right? And moksha is spiritual liberation. Moksha is spiritual liberation. So the correct answer would be option A, right? Nirvana is from school Buddhism, Nishashraya is from school of this Upanishads, right? Aparga is from Jainism, and Moksha is from Sankhya. See, option A should have been your answer. Option A, correct. All right, let's go to the next question. Given below are two statements. Statement 1, Upamiti is defined as knowledge of the relation between a word and its denotation. Statement 2, verbal testimony is the statement of a trustworthy person and consists in understanding its meaning. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are incorrect. Statement 1 is correct, but 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect, but 2 is correct. All right. See, statement 2 is correct. That we know, because verbal testimony falls under Shabda. Right? Shabda is verbal testimony, is the statement of a trustworthy person and consists in understanding its meaning. That's what Shabda says, right? It is verbal testimony of a trustworthy person. So second is correct. Now, Upamiti is defined as knowledge of the relation between a word and its denotion. Now think about this. It is Upamiti is also a valid cognition, right? It is one of the kind of valid cognition. Think. What is Upamiti means? Upamana, right? Upamiti means Upamana. And in Upman, we derive knowledge from comparison, right? Comparison and roughly corresponds to an analogy. In analogy, we compare, right? So statement 1 is also correct, that Upamiti is defined as knowledge of the relation between a word and its denotion, right? Because we compare. So knowledge of the relation between a word and its denotion, that is called Upamiti, right? So this is also correct. So option A, both statement 1 and 2 are correct. That should be your answer. Fine. Please understand this question. This, I feel, is important. All right, let's move to the next question. See, option A was the answer. We haven't seen the answer. Now we know the answer as well. When the middle term is both positively and negatively related, when the middle term is both positively and negatively related to the major term, the inference is called, based on uniformity of coexistence, Kevlanvai, Kevla, Vetirki, and Anavya Vetirki. Try this one. I'm going to wait for a few seconds so that you can see the concept. Right? I guess by now you must have found your answer. It would be anavatariki. Because in anavatariki, middle term is both positively and negatively related to the major term. That is what we call anavatariki. Right? That would be anavatariki. All right. Next question, please. In terms of Indian logic, the hill has smoke, which is invariably associated with fire, is called. Right? In terms of Indian logic, the hill has smoke, which is invariably associated with fire, is called pratigya or proposition, universal concomitance, together with an example, upanyaya, the application of the universal concomitance to the present case, conclusion, or nigmana drawn from the preceding proposition. In terms of Indian logic, the hill has smoke, which is invariably associated with fire, is called upanyaya. Right? It is called upanyaya. The application of universal concomitance to the present case. Upanyaya. Right? Because this hill has fire is pratigya. Because in Nyaya syllogism, right, five parts were there, pratigya. So this hill has fire, right, is pratigya. Because it has smoke is going to be hetu, right? Because it has smoke is going to be my hetu, right? Whatever has smoke has fire is going to be my upadharma, right? And then two other. So pratigya would be like this hill has fire. So that would not be my answer, Upanaya, because in Upanaya, the application of universal concomitance to the present case, right? So the hill has smoke, which is invariably associated with fire, is called Upanaya, as per Indian logic. All right, and the answer would be C. Next comes this. From the following, identify those which illustrate the fallacy of the unproved middle. आश्रय सिद्ध, स्वरूप सिद्ध, व्याप्ति सिद्ध, विरुद्ध, बाधिता. Right, आश्रय सिद्ध we have explained आश्रय सिद्ध, that minor term is the locus of the middle term, and if minor term is unreal, right, the middle term is not distributed. So A would be the correct one, right? It is the fallacy of the unproved middle. Then comes Swarupa Siddha, right? In Swarupa Siddha, if the minor term is unreal, if the minor term is not real, right? Uh, but the middle term cannot be its in very nature, right? So Swarupa Siddha also, it is also fallacy of unproved middle. So A and B should be there. That means this would be discarded, discarded, discarded. Option A would be the answer. In C, Vyaptava Siddha also, the fallacy of unproved middle. This proves that Vyaptava Siddha also is fallacy of unproved middle. See for yourself. All right. Yes, by now you must have seen. Let's see what was my answer. My answer was option A. The distinction between Laukika and Alaukika is made with reference to which one of the following pramanas? Laukik and Alaukik. Anuman, Upman, Pratyaksh, Shabd. This should have been H. Shabd. Try this one. The distinction between Alaukik and Laukik and Alaukik is made through Pratyaksha. Option C. See, option C is made through Pratyaksh Praman. Perception. Right. Pratyaksh Praman can be both external and internal. Right. And Pratyaksh is of two kinds. Make sure about that. You know this. Pratyaksh is of two types. Direct perception, right, and remembered perception. Remembered perception is called smriti, and direct perception is called anubhav, right? Anubhav. Pratyaksh praman, right? Pratyaksh is what? Which one sees with one's eyes, right? Which one sees with one's eyes. That is called pratyaksh, right? You all must have heard this. Pratyaksh ko praman ki kya zarurat, right? That is the case. That is the same case here. All right. So here my answer would be option C. Next, the term yogaja, intuitive, pertains to which one of the following pramanas? Perception, inference, verbal testimony, comparison. Try this. The term yogaja pertains to which one of the following pramanas? Perception, inference, verbal testimony, comparison. Right. The term yogaja, intuitive, pertains to perception. See, perception can be of two types: external and internal. External is arising through the interaction of five senses, right? Uh, and worldly objects, right? And internal is through mind, right? Understanding through mind. So here my answer would be perception, right? The term yogaja, intuitive, pertains to perception. All right. Answer should have been option A. See, option A. Next question. And this is going to be the last question. Which one of the following is not a necessary step when you present an argument based on inference before the others, according to classical Indian school of logic? Nigmana, Upamana, Upnyaya, Udharana. Which one of the following is not a necessary step when you present an argument based on inference before the others, according to classical Indian school of logic? Right. See, the answer would be Upamana. Because in Upamana, right, you Upamana is not a necessary step when you present an argument based on inference before the others, right? Because Upamana means comparison, right? Upamana means comparison, right? So my correct answer here would be Upamana. So using these concepts, sir, I'm I have shown you some of the previous year questions based on Indian logic, and what I believe that all of you must have completed your preparation, and nowadays, right, in this time, you all are practicing some of the questions. That's why I have brought these many sessions with you, just in order to discuss some of the previous year questions, so that you can also check at what level your preparation is, and what are the sectors that now you should focus upon. So as your exam is about approaching, now only a few days are left. I wish you all the very best luck. Right. I pray for you all, that all of you, the desired success that you have dreamt of, right? All of you get that, and all of you get that without any hindrance. But as of in this moment, I would say that please focus on your study, right? Please uh, be disciplined when you study, and see, everything is going to be fine. So we have taken out all the session, right? And uh, as of for the previous year questions, I believe this is going to be my last session with you, right? Because I have discussed all the questions pertaining to mathematical reasoning, Western logic, and Indian logic with you, right? We have taken the concepts also, and I hope that now your preparation is all at a very good level, and all of you are doing well, and all of you are regularly practicing questions like this, the previous year questions, right? Just in order to make your preparation all better, right? So again, before going, all the very best for luck for your exam, right? Please write your paper uh, with full concentration, right, and a calm mind. So thank you so much everyone for watching this session. Keep learning, keep smiling.